Okay, so I'll start now. I'll start
Okay.
this session now. And I welcome you once again to this session
Thank you.
in the Women in Digital Business. It's an initiative brought to you by the International Training Center of the ILO and Microsoft Philanthropies. And it's being brought to you by Afife Consult. That's who I represent. And the essence of this program is to bridge the gap for women, the digital gap for women in business. That's the whole essence of the program by Microsoft Philanthropy. And at the end of the day, the success story will be not your certificate, but you're being able to apply it to your business and boosting your sales, boosting your productivity. That is when I would say this program was a success. The first session, I talked about registering on your business on Google My Business platform. Are you registered on Google My Business?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not yet.
Okay, so we should look into that. Having our business profile set up on Google My Business, it will increase your visibility. That's the essence. It will increase your visibility. When somebody is searching for cakes near me, wherever you are located, your name will pop up. And personally, as an individual, there are times I go to Google, I'm looking for something, and I just go to Google and I type whatever I'm looking for, the product I'm looking for near me. And names come up, and sometimes I call them, I contact them, and I've done business with people through that means. Likewise, people can do business with you through that means. So I think that's the first practical assignment you should do, because this program is not just meant to be theoretical. You have to apply it to your businesses. So I'll implore every one of you that you should go ahead and set up a profile for your business on Google My Business. I think on the WhatsApp group, I'll send, let me not say I'll do a video, because right now I don't have the time to do the video, but I can send notes on how you can go about registering your business on Google My Business and how you can optimize your profile on Google My Business. So today's session is selling online. We're on block 3 of the fundamentals in digital marketing skills. And today's session is on selling online. And we are going to look at the basics of selling online. The whole program, like it's coined, foundation. When you want to build a building, the most important part of that structure is the foundation. If you don't have a solid foundation, your building can collapse in future. It's the same thing with your business, your marketing strategy for your business. For you to have good results in your marketing, it is good to have a solid foundation. And this is what this program is all about. So we'll be looking at selling online and looking at the basics of selling online. This is just the basics of selling online. If you are able to get the basics, when you are building on your foundation now, this basic foundation, at the end, the way you build will give you good results in your marketing. So we'll look at what an e-commerce store is. An e-commerce store is a virtual store. It can also be called an online store. Just how you say, okay, e-commerce store, virtual store, online store, they all mean the same. And it's a digital platform where businesses can sell their products or service over the internet. It operates just like a physical retail store, but it exists entirely online. Just how a customer will enter into your physical shop and then look at your products, browse through your products and say, okay, I want this, I don't want this, and select the items they want and go to the cashier to pay. That is exactly what happens on your virtual store or online store or e-commerce store. A customer is able to browse through and look at the products you have, make a purchase all online, either through your mobile app or maybe through a computer. So imagine you are selling clothes, you are selling food, you are selling handmade crafts. Instead of renting a shop in the market, you can create a store in the internet. You could also still have your shop in the market and have a store in the internet with the intention of reaching a wider audience. For your shop for your physical shop, for people to buy from you, they need to get to your physical shop. But for your online store, all they need to do is to be online and for your own shop to be made visible to them. And if they see your shop, they are then able to make orders. I would like to ask, what do you think are the benefits of shopping online? As not now you're a customer who wants to buy products. What do you think are the benefits of shopping online?
I'll say the ease. Like
Yes,
everything is accessible online. You
thank
can
you.
just use your phone. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The ease of shopping is very convenient. You can do it any place, anytime, anywhere. So what other benefits do customers get from shopping online?
I think you have security.
Security.
When you have to visit the physical shop, you relocate from where you are to that place, and anything can happen along the way.
Thank you for that suggestion.
Aside saving the cost for transportation.
You save cost for transportation. Yes, that's true. So you are safe in your home while you are shopping and you are saving cost on transportation to go and buy that product. What other benefit is there for a customer who is shopping online? One more.
May I add that you also have the advantage of home delivery.
You have the advantage of it being delivered to you at home. Yes, that is true. And I will also add that you can, from one place, see a variety of products as a customer. You can go from one store to the other and compare prices and find out which one will best suit you. And like you said, it can be delivered to you at your own location. But what would you say are the disadvantages of shopping online?
Getting scammed.
Yes, getting scammed. this is what I ordered and this is what I got. Yes, that is a huge problem. And sometimes you have situations where people pay money to fake sellers. They are not even selling any product. They just use that process in scamming and collecting money from individuals. So selling online, we could either sell through social media. And last week, we looked at selling through social media. Social media are great tools for marketing your products. They are very good tools for marketing your products and your services. But initially, they were not designed to sell goods and service. Their initial design was for people to connect. And then the owners of these platforms, they noticed that as people were connecting, they were also using it as an avenue to tell people about their products, which is typical. I mean, when you go to, if you are someone who sells products or somebody who has services, when you go to physical gatherings or you go visiting, the tendency is there to tell whoever you are meeting that I have this product for sale. And so people were using their social media platforms for that purpose. And the owners of these platforms, being good business owners, they immediately took advantage of that. And right now, they have included so many they have made it so easy for people to sell their products on their platforms by including different things to their social media platforms, like having analytics of how well your product is doing. Initially, they did not have payments. They did not have the option of you being able to pay via their platform. So that was a problem. You could market on their platform, but you couldn't pay on their platform. But I can see that a lot of changes are coming up. And right now, on the Meta platform, people can pay for your services. Meta includes Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So they are being sensitive to the needs of their customer and at every point in time, trying to satisfy the needs of their customer. So the good news is, yes, social media is a great way of attracting customers. But beyond selling to your friends and those you know, you can reach a wider audience through their targeted ads. That's the good news. Secondly, you can also direct them to your own marketplace. That's your online store or your e-commerce store. You can direct them from social media to your own online store. So let's look at selling on social media briefly. You create a product catalog for your products or service. You post pictures of your products on social media. Then, as you do this, as you begin to communicate with customers, as you engage with customers, over time, you build their trust. You build their trust, and they probably start to ask you for the price of your product, and then you start selling. But one thing we must notice, just as I said, they are being responsive to the need of their customer, and they now have payment platforms. Shipping is not integrated into social media platforms. When people order online, the shipping is still your own responsibility, the responsibility of the seller. The social media platforms do not engage in shipping your product to the customer. So now, want to look at online stores, e-commerce stores, or virtual stores. There are two types. Basically, there are two types. We have the virtual marketplace and the business website. Please, do you know virtual marketplaces available to you? Or the difference between a virtual market? Let me rephrase my question. What's the difference between a virtual marketplace and your own website? Hello? Are we online?
Yes, we are. I think the question is a bit difficult.
The question is a bit difficult. Okay. A virtual marketplace is like a huge online store where people can buy and sell things. It's just like having a shop in a big shopping mall or a market, a physical market. It's like renting a shop there. That is how a virtual marketplace is, where people go and rent space on their platforms. And some examples of virtual marketplaces that are popular in Nigeria, Jumia and Konga. Have you bought anything from Jumia or Konga before?
Yeah, I've bought, but not directly. My daughter assisted me.
Okay, so such platforms are called virtual marketplace, where there's a company called Jumia. They own the platform, and then people can come and rent space. Well, in fact, you don't pay for the space. The space is free. But what happens is when you make a sale, they take commission from every sale you make on their platform. So they give you space on their platform for free, but when you sell, they take a commission from your sale. So the beauty about it is that it is owned and operated by that platform owner, like Jumia. It's Jumia that owns the platform. It's Jumia that is providing that service, you know. So you just get your space and you display your products on this marketplace. And then it provides all the, you know, setting up your store. All you need to do is to upload your pictures and description of your pictures. What you need to do is minimal. They have set up the website. You are not the one setting up the website. All the infrastructure to process and facilitate transactions between buyers and sellers, that has been taken care of by them. You know, they provide the technology, the mode of payment, how customers pay. Everything has been provided by them. And they go ahead and they provide the shipping. So you've displayed your product, for the customer to get the product, they are the ones that ship the product to the customer. So it's a very easy place for small businesses to start selling online. There are quite a number of them. We have Shopify, we have Amazon. These are international virtual marketplaces. And they vary depending on their specialty or their niche. Marketplaces like Amazon, like Konga, like Jumia, would call them general marketplaces. But you also have other marketplaces that are specific to the business niche. We have OLX, where people can sell used items like cars, furniture, and electronics. We have Printful. Here, people can sell print on demand products, you know. Then we have Udemy. Udemy is an online learning marketplace. If you have a training, you can sell your training on Udemy. Then we have freelancers.com. This is where businesses can hire the services of freelancers, like even web developers, you know, different services. We have Upwork, Fiverr. They are also niche-specific marketplaces. So then apart from having marketplaces, I mentioned the second type of online store we have is your own e-commerce website, which is a website that is owned by you. You are the one that owns that website. So if the products, everything about that website, the website is developed by you, the website is managed by you, the customers' payment everything is managed by you. The shipping is managed by you. So we'll briefly look at the difference between marketplaces and websites owned by the owner. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so on my screen, we can see we have future. That's the future in either a marketplace or e-commerce. Want to compare them. The marketplace is for multiple users, but your e-commerce website is just for your own online store. Setting up on a marketplace is quick and easy. It's very easy to set up on a marketplace. But if for your own e-commerce website, it takes more time and effort. You know, and then the technical skills to set up on a marketplace, very minimal. For your e-commerce website, well, like part of this course, we showed you how using simple website builders, you can even set it up on your own, but it will take a bit of skill from you, or you might have to pay somebody to set it up for you. Cost-wise, it is initially free, so low cost. But for your website, if it's for your own website, you need to pay for domain name, you need to pay for hosting, and if you are using a web developer, you need to pay for his services or her services. Then customer base. For marketplaces, the owners of the platform, they already have an audience. But for your own website, you need to build your own audience. Then for brand control, you are limited to what they want and how they want it. You can't control anything. You are limited. But on your own website, you have full control. Then for the products that you can display, in a marketplace, you are probably limited, depending on the kind of marketplace. But for your own website, you have full control. You can decide to sell whatever you want to sell. For fees, they often charge commission, but your website, of course, you are not going to charge commission, but you have other costs that you have to pay. And this is not one-time cost. You pay all the time, yearly. And then when we look at the payment, how customers make payment and how you receive payments from the customers. For marketplaces, they provide. For your own e-commerce website, you have to set it up. Then shipping, like I said, marketplaces, they integrate shipping, but for your own website, you have to arrange and do the shipping yourself. Marketing, the marketplaces, they advertise to the public. So, but for your own website, you have to do the marketing yourself. So these are a few of the differences between having your business on a marketplace and having it on your own website. So for a small business, a marketplace is usually an easier option to start with. But like we discussed in earlier modules, it is only where your target audience are located that your business should be located. So if you would not find your target audience in marketplaces, then you have no business there. So now we'll look at the elements of an online store or a virtual marketplace. Basically, an online store or a virtual marketplace is, it's a place where, let me go back. Let me take the slide back. You have your product catalog, which lists all the items you are selling with clear product descriptions, prices for each item. And then, of course, good quality photos of your product. You have your shopping cart. When customers select an item, it goes to the shopping cart and the total cost of the products the customers have selected is given. Then you have your payment system, how customers pay. For some virtual stores, you might ask customers to set up an account. For some other stores, they don't require you set up an account. You can buy without setting up an account. And then you have product reviews where customers can leave reviews or feedback on the items they bought. When customers leave reviews, when they give positive feedback, it helps to build trust with potential buyers. People feel when they see that a lot of people have bought this product and it is a highly recommended product, it makes it easier for them to trust you and to buy from you. So you also have the process, the ordering process, the ability to track the order, for customers to be able to track the order, and then for you to manage your own inventory. Because imagine you are displaying products for sale, and then a customer selects on that product to buy. Meanwhile, you have not managed your inventory. So you are displaying what is already sold. You don't even have any more in store. So there's also the need to manage your own inventory. And you must give details on shipping, how the product will be delivered, how long will it take to deliver the product. And then you have the customer service side of your virtual marketplace, how they can contact you if they need additional support, or the frequently asked questions. If they have concerns, concerning your product, there should be a section where frequently asked questions can be, customers can see the answers Of course, you must have your About Us page. Who are you? What are you selling? Where information on your business. This builds trust. And then your return and refund policy. If you are selling in the international market, it is compulsory that customers have the right to refund, the right to return. If they are not happy with what they bought, they can return the product and get refund. So you should state all that in your virtual marketplace. But remember, you begin small. You start with the basics. So, you know, as I'm saying all this, don't let it make you feel that, it's online trading for me. This seems a bit overwhelming. Where do I start from? So like I said again, you have your shopping cart, you have your catalog, your photos, the titles and descriptions of your product, the stock keeping number, that's talking about inventory, knowing what you have in store. When we say stock keeping number, every item that you sell should have a stock keeping number. It's also known as SKU. Then how you sell, which is the rules of selling. Do you have a question? Does anyone have a question?
No question now.
Okay. So I would like us to look at, we'll take a case study. I'll read it out, or if somebody can see it clearly, because the other time when I said it should be read out, they said it was too small to be seen. So I'll share the case study and we'll read it out and look at that example of a business. Okay. Oh, I need to share my screen first. Okay, so can you see my screen, please? Has it changed? Can we see Elsa's e-commerce? Is Elsa's e-commerce visible on yours? Is it seen?
Yeah, it's seen.
Okay. So can you read it out? Can someone read it out for us?
Reduce the zoom a bit.
I should reduce it.
A little, so I can see. Good. Better
Oh, it's
now.
too small.
No, it's too small here.
Okay, now.
That's better.
Okay. So can you read it for us?
Elsa is a young micro business owner. She set up a new account on Amazon.com I think I can see what's there.
Okay, in 2 days.
Okay, 2 days, with the intention to sell the handmade necklaces she was making. Elsa's intention was to capture, I can see what's there.
A fantastic
market of millions of online shoppers. Unfortunately, she had to renew her business strategy 3 months after the start. She sold, I can't see the next one.
Nothing. She sold nothing.
Okay, she sold nothing on Amazon. Saddened by her failure, she started researching. reading and talking to e-commerce, what?
Specialist.
Okay, specialist, to understand what some of the reasons for her lack of immediate success could be. She also tried to understand how her prospects could find her necklaces. It's raining here. Maybe some other person should continue. Say raining heavily.
Okay, okay. So I'll continue. She not, or is there, Come, can you read for us? Chinyere, can you read for us?
I'm ready. She noticed that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. She noticed that her necklaces were lost amongst millions of similar offerings. Consequently, even though owning an account for Amazon did not cost her anything, she was not making any money. Eventually, she understood some of the reasons of her not so stellar performance. First, she was only offering a handful of designs. Secondly, Amazon stores need lots of promotion, including paid promotion and time to become visible on Amazon. Third, her store listings needed more relevant, catchy, and informative descriptions and images. Lastly, also, other traders quickly stole her designs and started selling her necklace replicas for a fraction of the price she was selling her wares.
Okay.
What would you recommend to Elsa?
So let's answer. What would you recommend to Elsa?
Well, she was able to identify the reason for her poor sales, right?
Yes.
First, she was only offering a handful of designs, so she can look into diversifying more, making more designs, lots of promotions, including paid promotion, and time to become visible on Amazon. Yeah.
Okay. So you'd advise she does paid promotion?
No,
Okay, no.
not yet. Like that, the second one said time to become visible on Amazon, including paid promotion.
She said Amazon stores needs lots of promotions, including paid promotion and time to become visible. So, but she's been there for 3 months and she has not made sales. So she's a bit anxious. I mean, how long will I continue to be there before I make sales? Now, one thing I would like us to note, she makes handcrafted items. These are necklaces. She hasn't even looked at other alternatives. There are other stores that are, other marketplaces that are just for handcrafted items, and she probably will do better than in such a place, you know. Then number 3 has said it. I mean, she hasn't been able to give relevant, catchy, and informative descriptions about the images. So that's something she also needs to look at. The 4th one says traders quickly stole her designs and started selling. How can she avoid this? What's your opinion?
She can report those businesses if they're on Amazon.
If they're on Amazon.
Yeah, she can
Well,
report, I guess. I don't know.
Well, even that, you know, that's one of the pitfalls in online
business.
Because even when you post on social media, have you noticed that some people put watermark on their postings of pictures on social, because that is just one of the pitfalls. So it's good you are aware of what happens in the online space. People tend to copy what you are doing. To mitigate that on social media, people use watermarks. But there's a limit to which you can mitigate it. The only way you can stand out is in the way you market your product, so that when you're marketing to your target audience and you are saying what makes you different from the other person, somebody can steal your product, can steal your design, but is not able to present your that design in a way that you can present it. So that way, if you are able to, like in your descriptions, in the kind of campaigns you use, if you are able to make yourself stand out, that's if you have understood your unique value proposition, what makes you different from your competitor. Because the competition will always be there. They will always want to steal what you've done. But you, as the business owner, at all times should be able to make your business stand out from the competition by letting the customer know what makes you different from the competition. And that way, the customer will always choose you above the competition. So the essence of this exercise is for us to understand that it is not just being online. It takes more than being online. It is not just having a store in a virtual marketplace. It takes much more than that for your business to succeed in the online space. So I'll go back and share my screen again. So give me a minute while I share my screen. So we've looked at Elsa, and we've seen the pitfalls that we might have when we're online or using a virtual marketplace. And the whole purpose is to guide us so that we're able to make a clear plan when we are working on our strategy. And then at the end of the day, you make smart decisions and attract more customers and make sales online. So the key part, this is key. I started when Kome came online, I was talking with her. Have you identified your target market? That is key in developing your online strategy. You need to know who exactly is your customer. What do they need? What do they want? What pain points are you fulfilling in their lives? You know, so that is key. Then, how do you differentiate yourself from your competitor? That is key. How will you stand out from your competitor? These are the things that you need to sit down and strategize. Before you look at your pricing strategy, how would you price your products? Are you going to offer discounts? And then where are you selling? Are you selling on your own website or are you selling in a marketplace? how are you going to attract your customers? Would you use social media and then drive them to your marketplace? That's one way of attracting customers. That's something else that Elsa could do. Even though she's on Amazon, she's on Etsy, she can advertise through social media. She can make people aware of her products through social media and then drive them to either the marketplace or her own website. So how will you, then another thing you need to consider, how are you going to handle customers' problems? Let's say they've ordered and there's a problem. How are you going to handle that? What is your own policy on return? Then logistics. How are you going to manage logistics? How are you going to handle the shipping? How are you going to handle inventory? The payment method. What options are available? How are you going to make sure that payments transactions are secure? So when you are talking of an e-commerce strategy, these are the various elements you need to think about to develop your own plan. So we've looked at Elsa and we've given recommendations. So like we said, let her set up a profile on a platform that is more suited to her business. And then she can combine social media with her marketplace. So I'd like us to now look at what is known as the sales funnel. Do we know what a sales funnel is? Do we have an idea of what a sales funnel is? Does anyone want to say something? Okay, so I'll go on. Basically, a sales funnel is the path a customer takes, a potential customer takes, from first hearing about your business to actually buying something. It's called a sales funnel because, you know, if you look at the shape of a funnel at the top is normally wide, and then at the bottom is narrow. And what it really represents is the customer journey. The top of the sales funnel is the awareness stage. When it's awareness, a lot of people learn about your business. A lot of people can hear about your business. But the number of people that will finally buy from you is a small percentage of those that heard about your business. So we have like 4 stages in the process the buyer takes to buy from you. First, the person is aware that this product exists. So let's look at Cohort that sells cakes. First, people get to know that Cohort makes these special cakes. If she didn't tell me, I wouldn't know she makes cakes. I might know her, but unless she tells me I make cake, I wouldn't know about it. So now she's told a lot of people, I make cakes, so, and these my cakes are different. They are healthy options. I don't use sugar. I use limited, very little sugar. You know, I use fruits. And then she has caught my interest because she says she uses very little sugar. And I'm somebody who doesn't want to take a lot of sugar because of my health concerns. So I start thinking, This is interesting though. So I can still eat cakes because I've cut cake out of my diet. Since I know cakes, you know, they have too much sugar. And then here I am being told that I can have cake that doesn't have so much sugar. And the picture she posted of this cake, in fact, my mouth is already salivating from that picture. I'm just thinking of how I can get in touch with her and get a piece of that cake, you know. So I've moved from interest because I'm thinking, how can I get that cake? So I'm now taking a decision. I need to contact her. But before contacting her, I might decide, oh, there was that other lady that I saw. I saw an advert from her. She too says she makes healthy cakes. And then I decide to say, okay, let me compare the price. Should I buy Comezone? But the way Come has talked about her cake, in fact, I can't resist it. I need to take action immediately because I looked at that other business. The price is about the same, but the way the pictures she posted about her cakes, the pictures were not even so clear. They didn't really look appealing. But Comezone has really caught my attention. This cake, I must eat it. Oh. I must eat it. And I decide to pay because she has said I can buy a piece of this cake. And she also added that if I buy that cake, she's going to give me she has one other small type of cake that she will send to me so that I can taste. It's a different flavor that I've never heard of. So I said, no, I must buy Comezone. And I've made a purchase. So that is the stages customers go before they buy from you. They are aware of your product. You are able to generate interest in them on that product, and they've decided, no, I must have this product. And then they take action. Come. Hello, Come. I used your business and I used your business as an example.
I know, I heard, ma'am, with you.
Yes. So I'm
taking
wondering is that what happens? Is that really
Yes, so
what would
that
have
is
happened?
exactly what happens. I send small cakes to people that pitch the business to
You do send
with
small
their
cakes to
orders.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is generally what happens in the buying process for most customers. They are aware, they are interested, they decide, and they take action. So for every step of the way, you must have a strategy. You must think it out. How can I make customers aware of my product? How can I make them interested? I mean, not just aware. How can they move from being aware to being interested in that product? So these are the things you will sit down and think about. What do I need to do? What do I need to do to make them take action eventually? You need to sit down and develop your strategy. So this is the sales funnel. Oh, I think I see my slide has gone ahead. Let me take it back. We can see that at the top of the sales funnel, are you seeing my slide? Let me be sure.
Yes.
And you can see the sales funnel.
Yes, sir.
Or
Prospect.
okay. So at the top of the sales funnel, it's wide. And these are people that are just aware, and they're also called prospects. They are prospects, but they may be customers at the end of the day. Then by the time they are interested, they are also known as leads. The prospects have moved from being just prospects, but they are now leads because they've shown interest in your product. And then eventually they become customers. So why you can see the shape, the number of people that will become aware of your product, they are huge, a lot. But those who will eventually buy, they are few. So that makes you know that you have to market to a huge number of people. If you want 2 people to buy from you, yeah, you probably are looking at telling 100 people, this is what I sell, or this is the service I render. So when you have this understanding at the back of your mind, you don't give up. You've just told 2 people, oh, I sell this, and they haven't shown interest, and then you give up. No. When you realize that a lot of people will be aware, you will have a lot of prospects, but very few eventually buy. First, you will know that you need to shout it out so that everyone can know about your product. And that's one of the beauties of having your business online. When your business is just physical, the number of people that will become aware of your products are limited. But when you're online, you have that advantage of being able to tell so many people. And if your product is not location-based, in fact, you have the whole world at your disposal to tell about your product or your service. So basically at the awareness stage, a customer is seeking a solution to a problem. You should always look at your business as a solution to somebody's problem. When you understand that whatever you are doing is a solution to somebody's problem, you will then be able to present what you are doing to the person as, this will solve your problem. And you catch the person's attention. So to build interest in your product, you've caught the person's attention. How do you build interest in your product or your service? This is where knowing what makes you different from your competitor comes in. And then at such a stage, you will leverage social proof. When we talk of social proof, we mean those who have used your product or service before and can vouch and say, this product is great. This person's service is great. So when you have social proof, that builds interest in those who were formerly prospects. You could also run adverts or offers like the free cake I mentioned. You could say, if you buy within a week, this week, I will give you this cake, this particular type of cake for free. You are promoting your business in order to generate interest in the business. And then if people ask questions, immediately you engage with them. If people ask questions concerning your business, you immediately engage with them. And the beauty with social media is that, or not just social media, I mean, online, when you are selling online, the beauty is you have a data. And based on the data that you have, you can retarget your ads advertisement to those who have shown interest in your product or business. So at the decision stage, the strategy you would use now is to make sure that the person deciding to buy from you, okay, she's comparing with another person. How do you prevent her from not buying from the other person, but buying from you? So you have to develop a strategy here. And I think by the time you've built trust, the person has sufficient trust that in you, in your service or in your product, it will be easier for the person to take that decision and buy. Once again, you could also use that small commitment of a free offer. I mean, like if you are somebody who is selling a training product, you could give a free ebook, all just to generate that, not generate interest now, all to compel the person to make a decision immediately to buy from you. Then when it comes to the action stage, when the person wants to take action, it is important that you make the process simple so that the person, if it becomes you are trying to pay, you can't pay, you'll just abandon and forget and go and buy from someone else. So it's very important that you make it a very easy and simple process for the person to pay. Give various options of payment, especially here where many times we don't like to put our card details online. You must make sure that your site is secure if they are to pay via your site, or you also give options of paying via your bank account. So the issue is, how can you convert visitors to your e-commerce website into paying customers? That is what you need to sit down and develop a clear strategy on how you would go about doing this. So this brings me to the end of this session. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any questions? Are we thinking? So if we don't have any questions, I would like to encourage us to go ahead and work on Module 3. By now, we should be on Module 3 in the self-paced online platform. So work on Module 3 this week until we meet next on Thursday, same time on Thursday. So with that, I bring this meeting to a close. Kome, do you have anything you would like to say?
No, ma.
Okay. Chinyere, do you have anything you want to say? So since we are all clear and there are no questions, I say thank you for joining this session and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.